So they dropped a new Super Mario Brothers trailer a few days ago, and I don't really have a lot of complaints. I think it looks pretty good. This could be the first really good video game movie. And I know the Sonic movies aren't awful. They're okay. But this one, I think, is going to be the first one to really take off. I think this is going to be a mega hit. The Chris Pratt voice controversy, I find funny. Like, yeah, I get it. There's a voice that's been doing Mario for a long time. And in a perfect world, they would have had him do the voice in this movie, but they didn't. They went with an all-new cast. And for what it is, I think the voices are all fine. I think Chris Pratt's fine. I think he's trying. I don't think it's going to be as bad as people are making it out to be. One of the reasons that people are going so crazy over it is because there's a bunch of people that are woke and don't like him as a person for stupid reasons. There's also criticism over Peach. I really don't get that. Peach is a selectable character in several Mario games. I know she gets kidnapped more than she's in games, but, I mean, her having the ability to fight really doesn't bother me. Let's wait and see when the movie comes out how it is first, because Mario looks stupid in the movie. But you have to remember, like, in this movie, this is like his first time in the Mushroom Kingdom, so he's kind of getting his footing. He's going to grow into a hero, and I think that's a standard thing for stories, especially stories like this. So I'm not freaking out about it. There have been some people freaking out about it. Like, this is probably the funniest thing I've seen. So Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers said, love seeing Mario Kart in the trailer. And I did too. Actually, I thought that was cool. There's a lot of fan service in that trailer. But he's obviously driving on Rainbow Road. And this guy comes in and says, disgusting, they had to include woke pride flag nonsense. It's like, dude, Rainbow Road has been in the Mario Kart games since the Super Nintendo one. Come on. This isn't woke. But let's get back to Chris Pratt. So a lot of people are going after him. He's actually trending today, which got me to want to make this video. And you have it right here from Bleeding Cool, kicking things off. The Super Mario Brothers movie, new trailer, and images are released. And this is how they start the article. In a love that still feels like it is about 20 years too late, we are finally getting an animated movie called on Super Mario Brothers next year. So far, the response to the Super Mario Brothers movie has been mixed by fans, with some praising the visuals, but having issues with the voice cast. Chris Pratt as Mario, specifically. The writer, Caitlin Booth, is a prominent member of the Whisper Network in the comic book industry, who has stalked, harassed, and slandered Chris Pratt for 2 years. Wait for it. Also don't like him as Mario. What are the odds? And as she points out here, Bleeding Cool is the rectal cancer of comic book news. Now, another criticism that I don't agree with is this one. So here's the hypocrisy of this. Let me read this tweet. God, it effing sucks to see that, like, everyone else is putting so much effort into their character voices. Like, even Charlie Day is putting a lot of emotion despite not doing the accent. But then Chris Pratt is just using his normal talking voice for Mario. Charlie Day is also using his talking voice. So a lot of people are criticizing Chris Pratt, but they're not criticizing Charlie Day. I thought Chris Pratt did fine in the trailer. I thought he was fine. I really think this movie is going to be okay. Now, it's just funny. You can really see the haters going to town on this because it's like, well, shouldn't you be criticizing Charlie Day too? No. Here's the other one. So, of course, like I said, he was trending today. So here are some comments like this, calling him phobic. Of course, the comments are closed. Chris Pratt screaming, crying, throwing up at the thought of having to drive on Rainbow Road. This is, by the way, deputy editor of IO9 and Gizmodo. Regular outlets that make hate pieces on him, but I'm sure they're unbiased in their reporting. I'm sure they're unbiased. No, there's no evidence that he's homophobic, by the way, at all. Literally none, but they keep saying he is. He's never made any hateful statements towards anybody, but they keep going after him like he is. There's more than this. This was the tweet that everyone was stealing from each other and trying to put out like it was original. Like, here's another one. Excuse me, Chris Pratt would not drive on Rainbow Road. Another one right here. Here's the real one that I'm sure won't surprise you. This person just says, I want Chris Pratt gone. Wants him gone. Notice the date, because this got tweeted the day the trailer came out. Unhinged. Unhinged. There's more. I mean, it goes on and on. I love how Camelot 331 puts discount Chris Pratt in his thing, so he constantly shows up when you search Chris Pratt. Like, he shows up right underneath Chris Pratt. Maybe that's because we follow each other. I don't know. I just find it funny. So he always shows up anytime you search Chris Pratt. But a lot of people on here just crying and complaining, and I get it. If there was, and some people have actual criticism of it and stuff like that, but a lot of it's just this. Chris Pratt screaming, crying, throwing up at the thought of having to drive on Rainbow Road. I get it. The voice isn't perfect, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Like, wasn't Chris Pratt in the Lego movie too? Like, he can do voice acting. I think it'll be fine. I think this is actually going to be a good movie. By the way, Gizmodo and IO9, same kind of outlets that James Whitbrook works for. I mean, he's the deputy editor of them. Stone throw away here is Kotaku. Look how they're doing their hard-hitting journalism. The internet loves Donkey Kong's ass in the new Super Mario Brothers movie. So, like I said, let's just wait and see how this movie is. I mean, they'll release more trailers for it, I'm sure. But I think that this will probably be the best video game movie yet. The real fun stuff, though, is going to be when John Leguizamo whines about not being asked back to the movie, which he doesn't get. The reason that they didn't ask him to come do a part for the movie is because they want to distance themselves as far as possible from that original movie. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video, comment below on what you think about all of this. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and my locals, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.